On SmackDown, Rhea Ripley shook hands with Paul Heyman. Fans have been wondering, what exactly does this handshake mean? Well, unfortunately, for Roman Reigns, it means that something very bad is about to happen to him. And has WWE decided to make the shocking move to replace Roman Reigns with Rhea Ripley. Next week, Roman Reigns will return to WWE. Roman has been gone for over 2 months. He last appeared on the SmackDown after SummerSlam on August 11th, and he has not been seen since. Well, Roman has a part-time contract, and with each passing year, he becomes more and more part-time. So Roman will finally return after being gone for 2 months on the next episode of SmackDown. But when he returns, he's going to have to figure out what exactly is going on with this new business relationship between the Judgment Day and the Bloodline. And we have found out the real reason why Rhea and Heyman shook hands on SmackDown. We'll get to that in a moment. But first, how did this all start? How did this whole mess that could eventually bring down Roman Reigns and bring in Rhea Ripley to a brand new position of power as the leader of not only Judgment Day, but the Bloodline? Backstage at SmackDown, Rhea Ripley had a one-on-one conversation with Paul Heyman. And in this conversation, she basically crossed the line. And that is telling Paul Heyman that he and the Bloodline need to acknowledge Rhea Ripley. As we know, acknowledge me is Roman Reigns' catchphrase. Paul Heyman told Rhea Ripley he had to call Roman Reigns and get his permission about this merger between these two factions. At the end of SmackDown, Paul Heyman shook hands with Rhea Ripley and told her Roman Reigns had authorized this business deal to merge the two factions. However, this authorization and this handshake could unfortunately be the beginning of the end of Roman Reigns, not only in the Bloodline, but in WWE. Let's get to the full details on this right now. So what was the real reason why Rhea Ripley and Paul Heyman shook hands? Why did this happen? Well, it happened because Roman Reigns has been gone from WWE for 2 months. And since he's been gone, WWE has tried to do their best in his absence. Obviously, SmackDown experienced all-time high ratings during the Bloodline saga earlier this year. But then once Roman went on vacation, the ratings did start to decline, but they really couldn't do anything about it because Roman was not on the show. And they could not bring him back for a one-time appearance or anything because his contract basically said he got to be on vacation for 2 months after SummerSlam, and Roman was not going to do any extra work, especially for free. So WWE had to figure out a way to keep the Bloodline story going without Roman. And with this handshake, that basically is the culmination of the 2-month storyline that they've had between the Bloodline and Judgment Day. There's been little teases here and there with the Judgment Day helping out the Bloodline, also Judgment Day feuding with the Bloodline. So this was kind of the culmination of the Bloodline storyline without Roman Reigns. And obviously we have Roman Reigns coming back next week. So WWE will pivot to a brand new chapter in this Bloodline Judgment Day saga. But when Paul Heyman and Rhea Ripley shook hands, and Paul Heyman said, authorized. Roman Reigns, who probably was watching at home, may not have been happy about what he was seeing. He was seeing basically his replacement in WWE, Rhea Ripley, shaking hands with his wise man, Paul Heyman. Rhea Ripley has an upper hand on Roman Reigns right now. She has a full-time contract, which means she has to be on any show that WWE tells her to do. Whereas Roman Reigns, he can sit at home for half the year and still get paid. Rhea, she has to work for her money and to keep her career going. And WWE really likes the idea of having Rhea Ripley becoming the new Roman Reigns, especially over the next few months. It is now rumored that even though Roman Reigns will be returning on the next episode of SmackDown, it will be a short-lived return. He will make a few appearances on SmackDown and possibly do a Crown Jewel pay-per-view and maybe the Survivor Series. But then, at the end of November, he will once again go on vacation until January 2024. And this is when it will become Rhea Ripley's time. She will not only appear on Monday Night Raw, NXT, but now she will appear on SmackDown pretty much every week while Roman Reigns is on vacation. So Roman Reigns will be returning to WWE very soon, but he will then just go back on vacation after making a few appearances. So Roman has to wonder if WWE is basically trying to sabotage his career by trying to say to him, well, if you want a part-time contract, we're going to put a different superstar in your position, and they're going to become even bigger than you are. So Roman may have to rethink his part-time contract, because obviously you have to defend your title more than just a few times a year. This handshake might look very innocent from the outside, but when you look into it further, this handshake could actually be the beginning of the end for Roman Reigns in WWE. What are your thoughts about the Bloodline and Judgment Day joining forces? And what are your thoughts about the handshake between Rhea Ripley and Paul Heyman, and what it might mean for Roman Reigns in the coming weeks? Leave a comment below and give me your opinion. And don't forget to subscribe and click the bell notification and check out our new YouTube channel, Wrestling News Now Insider. Click on the link to visit it now, and you will get brand new exclusive videos.